You felt it, haven't you? The invisible wall, the silent no echoing through your dreams. You try, you hope, you call out, and still, the universe holds you back. But what if this isn't punishment? What if every delay is a hidden message? A sacred protection you were never meant to see until now. Before you had words for it, you knew. There was a time when you believed that wanting was enough, that if you wished hard enough, the world would bend. You read the books, you made the vision boards, you whispered your desires to the stars. And sometimes the magic worked. Doors opened, signs appeared. The world felt alive, responsive, enchanted. But then there were the other times. The times when you did everything right, aligned your energy, set your intentions, visualized with all your heart, and still nothing. The job didn't come. The love didn't arrive. The healing didn't happen. Instead, you hit a wall, again and again. And in the silence that followed, doubt crept in. Maybe you weren't worthy. Maybe you did it wrong. Maybe the universe just didn't care. But what if the story is bigger than that? What if the no is not a rejection, but a redirection? What if the wall is not a punishment, but a portal? Let's go deeper. Let's step beyond the surface of wishful thinking and into the architecture of reality itself. Long before you learned the language of manifestation, you were a child of wonder. You trusted your instincts, followed your curiosity, believed in magic. But as you grew, the world taught you to measure, to plan, to control. You learned that effort equals reward, that desire plus action equals result. And for a while, it worked, until it didn't, because life is not a vending machine. The universe is not a genie. And sometimes the answer is no. But why? There is a rhythm to reality, a timing that is older than your plans. In ancient traditions, this was called divine timing, the idea that every event, every meeting, every delay is orchestrated with a wisdom beyond your understanding. You are not just a creator. You are also a participant in a cosmic dance. Sometimes what you want is not what you need. Sometimes what you desire would pull you off your path, distract you from your purpose, or arrive before you are ready to hold it. The universe, in its mercy, says, not yet. And sometimes the no is written in the ink of soul contracts, agreements your soul made before you were born, agreements to meet certain people, to face certain challenges, to learn certain lessons. You may not remember making these contracts, but you feel their pull. The relationship that never worked out, the job that slipped through your fingers, the dream that refused to manifest. Each one may be part of a larger story, a curriculum designed for your growth. Modern science, too, hints at a reality more mysterious than we imagine. In quantum physics, the observer effect shows that consciousness shapes reality, but not always in predictable ways. Sometimes, the act of wanting too much, of grasping too tightly, collapses possibility instead of expanding it. The reticular activating system in your brain filters what you notice, but it cannot override the deeper currents of destiny. Ancient mystics spoke of the unseen hand, a force that guides, protects, and sometimes blocks, not to punish, but to preserve, not to deny, but to delay until the time is right. There is a shadow to every wish. When desire hardens into attachment, when wanting becomes needing, the energy shifts. The universe responds not to your words, but to your vibration. If your longing is laced with fear, with desperation, with the belief that you are incomplete without this thing, the signal you send is one of lack. And lack attracts more lack. But even this is not a failure. It is a lesson. The no is an invitation to return to wholeness, to remember that you are enough, even without the thing you crave. Sometimes, the universe blocks what you want to protect you from what you cannot see. The relationship that ended before it began may have saved you from heartbreak. The job you didn't get may have spared you from a path that would have drained your spirit. The delay may have given you time to grow, to heal, to become the person who can receive what is truly yours. There is a story in every no, a hidden blessing in every delay, a protection in every closed door. So, what do you do when you keep hitting walls? How do you find meaning in the no? First, pause. Breathe. Step back from the story of failure and ask, what is the universe trying to tell me? What am I being protected from? What am I being prepared for? Second, trust the timing. Remember that the universe is not in a hurry. What is meant for you will not pass you by. If it is delayed, it is because you are being aligned with something greater. Third, honor your soul contracts. Reflect on the patterns in your life. What lessons keep repeating? What challenges keep returning? These are clues to the agreements your soul made. When you embrace the lesson, the pattern can finally shift. Fourth, release attachment. Want what you want, but don't need it to feel whole. Let go of the belief that your happiness depends on any one outcome. When you release, you create space for miracles. Fifth, practice gratitude, even for the no, especially for the no. Every delay, every detour, every disappointment is shaping you into the person you are meant to become. Imagine for a moment that you are standing before a great wall. You have tried every door, knocked on every stone, searched for every secret passage, but the wall does not move. You fall to your knees, exhausted, defeated, and then in the silence, you hear a whisper, "Not this way, not yet." You look up, and for the first time, you notice a path winding around the wall, a path you never saw before. It is narrow, overgrown, uncertain, but it is open. You rise, dust yourself off, and begin to walk. With every step, the wall fades behind you. The path opens before you, and you realize the wall was never there to stop you. It was there to turn you. At first, the no feels like a loss, a rejection, a failure. But as you walk the new path, you begin to see the pattern. The doors that closed led you to doors that opened. The delays gave you time to prepare. The disappointments taught you resilience, patience, trust. You begin to see that the universe is not against you. It is for you, always, even when it says no. One of the most powerful practices is to keep a no journal. Every time you hit a wall, write it down. What did you want? What happened instead? How did you feel? What did you learn? Over time, you will see the hidden order, the no that led to a better yes, the delay that brought you to the right place at the right time, the protection that only makes sense in hindsight. So if you keep hitting walls, this is your sign. The universe is not punishing you. It is preparing you, protecting you, guiding you. What if life isn't happening to you, but for you? What if every no is a sacred message, a hidden blessing, a signpost pointing you home? You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not being denied. You are being aligned. Trust the timing. Honor the no. Listen for the message. And when the time is right, the doors will open, not because you forced them, but because you became the person who could walk through.